Right. Salutations, good people. I am Harry E. Payne III, Harry Edgar Payne III. I'm also known as the Sigma Stoic, and I'm here to tell a little bit about my journey into becoming the Sigma Stoic that I am today, a practicing Stoic, a Sigma male, also a Sigma man, as you can see. And I want to give you a brief story of my origins. It's not about me. It's not about being a victim of circumstance. It's the real story is about taking difficulties and harnessing and fashioning your skill sets and your strength of character, getting you through difficult times. And because of that difficulty, you become a better person. So that's the heart and soul of my evolution as the Sigma Stoic. And I'm here to tell you a brief story with a moral in it, not to victimize me in any kind of way, shape, or form. I am not a victim. I'm a principled man of discipline and virtue, and I'm here to tell you my story to encourage you to do the same. So keep it pushing, keep it rocking, and here we go. All right. So basically what we're coming down to is I encountered in my second marriage, a second straight no fault divorce. Uh, the details are irrelevant. What it's all about is the fact that I was in another state. My home back in Raleigh, North Carolina was already gone because I was moving on to another state to get married. So the estate in North Carolina was no longer mine. And so the marriage had to work. Otherwise, all was forfeit. And of course, like an idiot, I went for it. At that time, I believed in a truer sense of love, not a magical love, but definitely believed in love working out. And I'm an atheist in that regard. I don't believe in romantic nor true love. I believe that the actual love that we oftentimes glorify is a love that's built over time by a demonstration of responsibility from one spouse to the other, and ultimately those two working in conjunction together over time. That's when the love builds. As I often say, love is a gift. It is not a receipt. So keep that in mind. So long story short, so I was gainfully employed up in Virginia before and after the divorce. We just straight up split. No property divided, none of that. What I had was, which was pretty much nothing, I left with. What she had was pretty much everything else she left with. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Oh well. And did what I had to do. So even though I was sleeping out of my car, and my German Shepherd at the time, he was about 10, 11, 12. I can't remember exactly, but he had been my longtime companion, and he was sleeping in the back of the car, and so, but we were making it. I was gainfully employed. I was able to purchase food from him for he and myself. Uh, so we were good to go in that regard, but I had to get back home to Raleigh, North Carolina, because, you know, I'm a stranger in a strange land. Uh, Even though I made friends at work and I got along with some people in the neighborhood, I didn't really have any friends up there because, including the person I was married to, uh, in the end, she was not a friend. And so, long story short, I finally made my way back down to Raleigh. Uh, for one more year, I was gainfully employed, still sleeping in the car, still with the dog in the back, able to take care of our basic needs, especially when it came to food. And so, um, I was having some equilibrium issues, uh, which I believe showed signs of a stroke to come. I lost my job because of an accident on the fork truck, and as a result, I was headed towards being penniless and homeless and with a stroke. So I was on the mean streets recovering from that. Uh, so to flash forward, I dealt with some difficulties, but in the end, what it came down to is perseverance. I dealt with the worst of the worst. When I eventually went to a homeless shelter for housing, and what it came down to was I was surrounded by ex-convicts, child molesters, drug addicts, men who had made mistakes in the past and were continuing to do so. Um, and the way I got through all of that was to stick to the higher standard I have been taught and I also have been living. So what it basically came down to was uh, I got through all that nonsense. I saw firsthand what difficulties could lead to as far as strength and determination and getting better, and I truly did get better as a man, as a person, and I demonstrated to everyone around me what it meant to live a good, prosperous, well, not prosperous, but I mean a good and principled life. Uh, I did believe in doing right by others, but I had to learn to limit myself in how I was going to, who I was going to deal with. I had to limit myself, keep my circle nice and small and full of good people with good principles. So I stand before you now as a Sigma Stoic, still a work in progress, but the majority of me has been refined and defined. And so I'm here now before you to let you know that through the most difficult times, you can persevere. Uh, don't follow your feelings. Think rationally. Anytime you come across a situation that unnerves you, then you need to focus. And the best way to focus, take your situation and pause at least 3 seconds to 10 seconds and think clearly about what you need to do. Don't react with emotion, because that's always a mistake. Whatever you decide is going to be a mistake because it's not well thought through, and you're looking for a short. When you do that, you're looking to exchange short-term gratification in lieu of long-term success. So it's always going to be a mistake. So sit, think, concentrate, and you always do your best. Yeah, we got noisy people up out here. That's all right. It's my fault because I should be doing this in the comfort of my own room. I had hoped to go outside, and do this podcast in the sun, but it's raining, so that changed my situation. I'll have some other podcasts soon, but like I said, that's basically my story minus all the specific hardships that I've been through. That's irrelevant because the details would only make it sound like I was trying to call attention to myself, which I'm not. I'm trying to call attention to how hardships can make you a better person. It can strengthen your resolve and strengthen your skill set, so I encourage you to do so. I will always stand here as a voice of reason to present little gifts of wisdom, pearls of wisdom to you to help you along your way. I'm not showing you a lifestyle, not at all. I'm lending to you some helpful advice to help you with your own chosen lifestyle. As I always say in my podcast, don't simply get in where you fit in. Create your own space. Thank you. This is Harry Edgar Payne III, also known as the Sigma Stoic, and I'm signing off. Have a good day.